cycle and the world's gone mad. Let's teach others the beauty of the land. My heart will be right as we come full circle. I'll give thanks for the miracles. North, south, east and west, I feel so blessed. I hope I'm moving on, walking on.
Hi everybody, Woody here. Welcome back to 1,000 Miles with Woody Blaine. And today we're going to do something a little different. And I'm kind of on a different program sometimes. And there's a bunch of questions yesterday about what is smudging and why do we smudge and what do we smudge with. And I thought, wow, I could probably just explain that the way it was taught to me a long time ago. And so it takes a little bit of explaining to explain it. So it's just our way there. And so if we look at the spiritual principles, laws, and values of everything, we always have to explain it in that way. So the first thing I'll tell you is you could learn something just about wherever you're at. And, you can go visiting, and the way they might do it would be slightly different, or their explanation of it could be slightly different. So, never learn something and then go somewhere else and say, oh, you're doing it wrong. And that happens a lot. And or we just don't want to be arguing about spiritual laws. And so it's best just to consider this a lifetime journey and take in everything as a learning tool. So I usually, this is how it was explained to me, and I've heard it many times this way. So if we try to understand medicines and how medicines are extracted, and there's different ways for that. But respectfully, I'll say this. At the time of the European crossing, they carried with them understanding of about 11 plants to use for medicine. And at the time when they got here, the indigenous people of Turtle Island here had understanding and knowledge of 119 plants. And so I can only imagine the doctors and people that came with them, how interested they started to become in the different medicines. So the other thing we have to share before we just talk about smudging is old people, they say we live in two worlds. And so those two worlds are the seen world and the unseen world. And so the other thing they say about that is only about 5% of who we are for everything exists in the seen world. The other 95% is in the unseen world. So say like you're looking at a tree. You can only see about 5% of that tree's existence. The other 95% you cannot see. Its roots and the nutrients and the sap and the inside of the tree and all that kind of stuff. You can't see it, but it's part of that tree. Same with the human. You can only see about 5% of who I am or what you're looking at. The other 95% exists in the unseen world. So in that unseen world of the two-legged are many things. A few would be like my thoughts, my feelings, my dreams, my traumas, all my feelings, anger, guilt, shame, fear. Now you could kind of see the results of, say, a feeling of anger. So I could be angry, and you might be able to see that in my existence in the seen world. So we can tell when people are mad, and we can tell when people are sad, and things like that. We just can't see the actual feeling. It's in the unseen world. And so that's a spiritual concept of how things work. And you can go out in the world and identify everything and understand I'm only looking at 5% of it. The other 95% I can't see. So when we smudge, we're using a medicine, and so I'm just going to talk about sage here. And I'll probably have a very limited even knowledge of this, but what I do know works for me, it helps me, and it's how I share it and pass it on. So with any medicine out there, there are different ways to extract that medicine. I'll probably only know a few, but I mean, I know that you can boil stuff and make a tea out of it. You can synthesize it. I don't even know what that is, but it's a cool word, so I thought I'd use it. And there's just all kinds of ways. And so for our seen and unseen part of who we are, there's a balance system going on constantly, and with our thoughts and our feelings and our autonomic nervous system, our heart rate, and all this stuff. That's all constantly going on. And the old people say, we can bring that stuff into harmony and balance with some medicine. And there are different medicines for this, but mostly around here we use sage. And so sage has many, many different uses. And so it depends on how you extract that medicine as to what it's used for. And so if we want to smudge and try to balance our inner system that's going on between our thoughts and our autonomic nervous system, and even our dreams and traumas and aspirations and goals and all that stuff, we would use this to balance it, to bring it into harmony. And so that one way we would extract this multi-medicine herb here is to burn it, and then in that smoke is the medicine. And so we would use it as if we were like washing ourselves with water in the shower or whatever. So you want to get it all over you. And I have friends that they want to do the bottom of their feet and everything like that too. And so nothing wrong with that. We're trying to engulf that and use it. So I thought I would just put together a small video here and explain that, because it was kind of hard to explain texting yesterday on a site that I was on, and people didn't get it, and there was a lot of ridicule and things like that going on. It was like, no, this is real simple, and everybody could know this, and so it's very useful. But I'll just kind of show you here. We'll light a little bit of sage, and we don't set our alarms off, and so we just light that. You don't have to do much. You don't need much sage. And I don't know if you could see this smoke through the camera, but this is where one medicine is extracted from this. So you could actually get that wet, that sage wet, and you could rub it on your skin, and it'll help pains and things like that. And you could steep it in some hot water and make it a tea out of it and drink it, and it's extracting a different part of its medicine. And so I just thought we would put together a little video for you today to explain smudging and what that's about. And I'm kind of tired of listening to the magic. It's not magic, and not mystical. This is natural law. This has been known for a long time. And so you see this medicine's coming out, and it'll calm you down. It'll balance out what's out of balance inside of you. And so even people who live on a spiritual path with everything they can and all their energy, they still need to use these medicines to calm down and align and move towards a goal. And so we smudge a lot here. putting together this podcast, and we have dreams about this that are bigger than us, and the project's huge, and we're building a website and all this kind of stuff, and so often it's like, whoa, stop, you know what I mean? Let's smudge, and I don't know if this works or not. I saw my uncle doing this. His laptop wasn't working one day, and he said, "Hey, nephew, light some sage," and we smudged his laptop, and the laptop started working again. But I don't know if electronics are doing that. But the other day I was maybe halfway joking around, but the cameras weren't working and the equipment wasn't working, and so I lit some sage and try to get that done. And but really, it's probably my engineer. I just need to smudge him so he can slow down. But anyway, we got it done, and kind of happened to us today. But anyway, comment on the video. For those that know a lot more about this, and comment and add some stuff to it, straighten me out if that's what needs to be done. And we have a series of these that we're going to make and put on our website, and occasionally we'll throw one here on this YouTube channel. And by the way, you can catch some of our stuff over on Rumble if you're a rumbler. I don't know what rumbling is, but people are rumbling over there, and our videos are getting rumbled. I gotta check into that, see what that even is. But anyway, that's it for today. I'll catch you on the next one, and to all my relations.
The sky's looking dark and the clouds look heavy. Might be wiser if I hopped in the Chevy. But I have a lot to think about. I'm gonna take a walk even if I get rained out. The sky's looking dark and the clouds look heavy. Might be wiser if I hopped in my Chevy. But I have a lot to think about. I'm gonna take a walk even if I get rained out. Oh.